Every day I get asked the question about why toenails get so thick. And you've heard me talk to patients about this before if you've watched a lot of my videos, but you know that nails can get thick because of poor circulation, trauma, like you drop something on it. They can get thick because of fungal infections, or it could just be a genetic thing that everybody in the family, by the time they're 80, has thick nails. This particular patient, though, really nice guy. This was his first visit ever with me, and he allowed us to video. His nail was thick because 50 years ago, he was helping somebody move something, and it dropped right on his big toe. So we have a kind of a mini ram's horn nail going on here, and that's what you're going to see today. So enjoy the video. Paper on the paint stick for the calluses on the bottom is fine. You're not going to hurt anything. But doing it on your nails, I would say let that be my job now.
Okay.
Because sometimes if you get an infection or you do get a cut when you do it, it can become an infection that's really bad.
Yeah, especially with circulation problems.
Right. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll get everything trimmed back and thinned out. I think you'll feel like $1,000,000.
All right.
And then later today when you go out fishing, you'll catch the biggest fish. What are you fishing for?
Sunfish.
Do you eat them?
I do. Oh, we take them very seldom. We usually catch and release. And they have lowered the limit on that lake that we go to from 20 fish down to 5 on the sunfish.
So they become more of an appetizer than a meal.
Yeah. Yeah, well, 5 fish between my wife and I are just right.
Are those the same as what they call the crappies?
Well, crappies are a different breed, but they're about the same. They look much the same.
Okay. So why do they call them crappies, but they spell it like crappy?
Because somebody didn't want them called crappies.
Let me just see if I can get a little bit more off this one. I'm going to save your right big toe to last, because that's going to be the good one. Okay. So these look like they probably haven't been trimmed, I would say at least 6 months to a year. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Really good ones. Yeah, really good trimmings. If they get overly long, I can get a toenail clipper on them and.
Right, but you have several of them that are kind of horseshoe shaped.
You got it.
And the skin grows up right in the middle, like this one.
Yeah,
and so if you use a regular toenail clipper, that's when you'll.
Yeah, I've gotten soreness and.
Okay. Well, now you got me, so you shouldn't have to trim them in between.
Okay.
And an emery board never hurt anybody, so if you feel like you need to in between, that would probably be good. Okay, so this one is what we call a ram's horn nail. And because it's so thick and it gets the striations on it, so we'll take it off a little piece at a time.
Get your exercise this way.
I do. Very strong arm muscles.
Well, the last 30 years I was a massage therapist.
Oh. I don't meet many men that are massage therapists. You enjoyed it, obviously, because you did it for 30 years.
And I still do, although I don't have my tables anymore, but I can do a seated massage
So you have really strong hands also. These kind of come off in layers here. So you must be the popular one at parties then.
My nieces come over and they plunk down in front of me and
Yeah, there comes a point where I have to tell people, you know what, make an appointment. I'm off duty.
Well, I never did it for a living. I did it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I did go out. I had traveling tables, and I did go out and make a few bucks, but it was mostly that I just worked at keeping busy with friends and family.
Well, now it's your turn to let someone pamper you by taking care of your feet.
That's it.
There's a big chunk up here I want to get out.
Yeah, I dropped well, I shouldn't say I dropped. We were moving a big trough and sitting on a thing, and I put my end on, and the other guy swung it in, and there was he swung it too high, and it hit a electrical box up above and pulled the end that I was carrying down.
Oh no, and that's
on
what,
that toe.
That's what injured the toe. Okay.
That's 50 years ago.
I hope you made him feel really bad.
No, I didn't. It was strictly an accident.
It sounds like you do a lot of volunteer work.
Yeah, I volunteer at Bibles for Missions.
What is that?
It's a thrift store over on 36th and Noble.
Oh, in Noble. I know exactly where that is, yeah. And you just kind of work the floor there?
No, I used to be a cashier when I could see.
Ah.
And then my previous wife worked in toys, so I took over for her when she died. And worked the toy section.
And then you said you just got married 6 months ago. That's
Yes.
very exciting. Okay.
To a woman who was a good friend of my wife's.
That's usually how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you both mourn her together.
Yeah. It was her first wedding.
Really?
But she was much younger than my other wife. She was 93 days younger. save the big pieces for soup,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
you save the big pieces for soup?
Ew. Good?
Yep.
So these little calluses on the tips of the toes,
Oh, yeah, they can get sore.
yeah. It's mostly because your toe is curved around like this and you're
Yeah,
walking.
well,
on the tip.
I got hammer toes.
Yep, you do.
Having a wide front foot and narrow heel,
Yeah.
so the heel always flopped up and down, and I had to lock my toes to keep the shoes from flopping, and ruined my feet.
Well, can I make you feel a little bit better?
Well, I hope that.
People with high arch feet like you have, if you live long enough, over time you'll get these hammer toes regardless of the shoes.
Is that right?
Yep.
You know, when I was a kid, they said I had flat feet, but
They don't look flat to me. Okay, so I'm gonna tip you back here a little bit more. And looks like you've got these calluses really under control. I'll just trim them a little deeper.
Okay. Yeah, the centers of them.
That you can't get with your sandpaper.
Yeah. Yeah, in the morning I can walk on hard surfaces and it's not too bad, but boy, at night, after being on my feet most of the day,
Yeah.
especially after I can spend 6 hours or so down in Bible submissions, my feet are tired. They just don't want to be on hard surfaces.
Understood. Yeah, because one of the things that happens also with your foot structure is that you tend to lose some of the fat pad right under the bones here,
Okay.
and it kind of migrates up toward the toes. So you got a lot of it right up here
Oh,
and not down here where it started.
all right. Well, we'll just have to reverse the migration.
Or find something to wear around the house like a slipper that will give you the cushion.
Okay. Yeah, I do. All right.
Okay. All right, so these are looking good. Everything here looks good. So what we'll do is we will get you on the schedule for 10 weeks. About 2.5 months. We'll start there.
Okay.
Any questions about anything that we've talked about today?
No, pretty well.
Okay.
Are you originally from the Twin City area?
I am not. I am born and raised in Southern California. But I must like it here because I've been here for 30 years now. I feel old when I say that. Okay, would you also like some help with shoes?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. I'll always do your socks when we're done because I put lotion on and it worries me that people might slip on the floor.
I see. Okay.
So don't argue with me about putting your socks on, but I'll let you do your shoes. All right, so thank you very much for letting us do the video, and we'll see you back in 2.5 months, okay?
Dr. Sperling, thank you very much.
You're welcome.